Hear us okay?
All right, I think you guys are live.
Can anybody hear me? Are we alive? Can I curse? Can I curse now? People,
We can hear you.
Yeah, it
Sorry. We're going to
sounds like
slide
we're
off, though,
good.
but everyone can hear you. Guys are ready to
I
go.
see
Sorry about
chat saying they can hear us, so.
okay, great. So it's time to curse. All right, so let's get into this shit.
Nice.
Hey guys. Firstly, I want to say the servers are ass. They run like ass, and their stability is ass. We need to improve it. It's going to be improved imminently. I'm hearing a lot of background noise. Jesse. Are you
I think
hearing
it's,
like?
yeah, production team. Might want to
Okay,
mute over there, guys.
yeah. Um. Anyhow, uh, the servers need to be improved, and they will be. Right after this call, I'm going to be working, have been with the technicians and engineers on doing some deployments that are going to improve both stability and performance. You'll see it start to be quite a bit better as the afternoon evening progress tonight. So hang in there, folks. We are not unaware of it. I read all the Twitch chats, and you are not wrong. But thank you for the feedback. We are working on it. Man, I wish we could get more muting, Jesse, on the production. It is hard for me. Maybe I can mute. Is there a way on Discord to like mute specifically them? I'm not hearing something.
Yeah. Let's
I
see.
know not enough about Discord. Mute
There we go.
and
I
mute. All right.
admin Discord muted them.
Okay. Cool.
Hopefully they
All
can
right.
undo that later to
Yeah.
continue the stream.
I'm sure they'll be fine.
Yeah.
Hopefully chat can still hear us. Can chat still hear us, Jesse? I don't have it up. I only have one monitor right now.
Good question.
Can chat still hear us?
You guys,
Chat,
we
you up?
still good? You can hear us? Okay, yeah, they said yes.
Yeah. Cool.
Cool.
Right. So, servers, stay tuned. You're going to see it within 1 hour after this. You're going to start seeing some perf and stability improvements. It's we have fixes to deploy. There will be a deployment associated with those. Hang in there. Jesse, you want to show them something new?
Yeah, sure. First of all, congrats, guys. Everybody on the amount raised so far. We're a little delayed this year on Extra Life in general, but we all know why. We wanted to get all the platforms and the new content, and everybody's really stepped up and got us up to a great amount already. We're going towards our next goal. Hope everybody's enjoying the boosted rates and everything so far. So again, thank you for doing the Extra Life thing again this year with all of us and all of our partner streamers as well, participating in the team. Okay, let's go on. We're going to want to show you guys some fun stuff. As you know, we've been working on new content. One of the things we talked about a while back and revealed was the Suis. So we've been working on that a lot since the concept reveal and the dossier reveal. I wanted to give you guys an in-game UE5 screenshot render of this creature. So if the production team can bring it up, we can give you guys a look at how that's coming along. Hopefully I didn't totally mute them over there and they can still hear me. Let me see. Well, I guess I can share my screen. Oh, there we go. Cool. All right. I love how this guy's looking. You guys have heard a little bit about some of these abilities. Jeremy will talk about them more in detail, but just in general, we wanted a creature for Scorched Earth that really kind of lived in the environment, lived in the map. Scorched Earth doesn't have any real water to speak of, and there's a lot of dunes out there, and we always kind of felt like there was a sort of a missing land element to the traversal, and this creature having this ability to swim through the dunes, being sort of like a sand shark, was really something that appealed to us. So we took that approach and really narrowed down on like what could make this creature unique, not just for Scorched. You can use these abilities on other maps where appropriate and whatnot, but for Scorched Earth, you can see we're really taken to the environment where this creature lives, and including stuff like the taming and how the taming works. It's not just a passive tame or just a beat down tame. You really got to get on there and steer him around into rocks and obstacles and stuff to try to torpor him, really kind of wrangle these creatures. But once you get them, you really are sort of got a new unique type of tame that we haven't really had in the game before, and really making some of those traversal over the big dry deserts of Scorch feel a little bit more like a big sand ocean that you can get around in. Jeremy, you got some other stuff you want to say about this guy?
Yeah, to be clear, it's not going to be underground typically when you're just encountering it in the wild. So it'll add a little bit of more life to the
Yeah.
boring dunes surrounding the map, since obviously the sandworms are not very visual until you encounter them. So this will add a bit more kind of ambiance to those portions of the map. And it's got some pretty unique abilities. It can basically, when you're riding it, it can go underground. That enables faster traversal, but it can also be used for a maelstrom attack, which essentially lets you create kind of a DOT magnetized area where the longer you keep things in that DOT, the more damage they take.
That's so cool.
It goes faster and faster, basically like a sand whirlpool. It makes a ton of physical sense, no doubt. And it also can like shoot debris with a tail whip that hits things in kind of a conical AoE, and it also has a kind of a return spike damage that corrodes armor. So it's pretty mean. Very much kind of a combat traversal creature tuned to what we think the map is about, and it'd be pretty cool to see those guys hanging out among the dunes. I don't think they're going to be like everywhere. How to put it? I don't think they're going to be super duper common. So when you find one, it'll probably be pretty fun to more special to find one, but it'll definitely be visible and not hidden in the way that the sandworms are. So that's one of them, and looks really cool. The art team's done a great job with it. The next thing about Scorched, release date, it's March 2024. The team is very much on it, but we want to make sure we hit the same visual level of quality with the remake of it that we did on the island, including, really revisualizing what the map is about and rethinking a lot of it visually and structurally, and adding some new stuff to it as well, including some new caves with some new secrets that have some new story elements and have some new gameplay associated with them. You'll see. But essentially, we didn't just want to make it a one-to-one redo. And for that
Yeah,
reason,
taking that opportunity also to tie Scorch a little bit more into the game's lore. It was always kind of, a little bit removed from the beginning, but now with this remaster, and we now have that Ascension in there finally, at least that we had in Survival Evolved. But as Jeremy mentioned, adding a little bit more caves and some more lore stuff to Scorched, it'll give a nice sort of lore boost to the map that wasn't there before.
indeed. So that additional time is going to be made use of, but there we are. It's going for March of next year. Alongside that, there's actually going to be something entirely different and new, even for this company, which is the concept of sister expansion packs, which is essentially, or sibling expansion packs, which is a new idea that each one of these new map releases, which are included, the map releases themselves are included as part of ASA, the base game that you're getting, but there'll be optional additional expansion packs alongside those that you can purchase, and these optional packs will add a bunch of additional content into the game that are not essential, but kind of maybe enhance the experience, add a bit more gameplay variety in certain ways that the original did not have. For example, and each one of the map releases will have one of these sibling expansion packs associated with them. We're calling the first, generally they're going to be called adventure packs, and the first one is going to be called the Frontier Adventure Pack. That'll come out alongside Scorched. And so here's some of the things that will be in the Frontier Adventure Pack. We're adding trains, locomotives, train tracks, and so forth, and they're fully customizable. You can basically build on them and structuralize them as you wish. We're also adding shovels to bury and uncover treasure, dynamite, bar games, frontier structure, tile set, skin. This is actually a new system to skin existing structures to change how they look for different themes. Wagons, bunch of new character cosmetics, a new to-be-revealed creature that will be associated specifically with this new adventure pack, and other things. I'm going to give you the first look at the cowboy and cowgirl costume accessory set.
We got that up. Yeah.
Cool. So these are kind of not fully canonical. They let us take the general theme of a world and then play with it in a way that ARK really couldn't, sticking strictly to the canon. Typically with the ARK canon, it's like we always had the standpoint of like, what would people really build if they, or could they maybe, if they had access to those materials. This is more like culturally inspired, you might say, by specific real world things, allowing a little bit more RP as well as taking the gameplay kind of in a slightly different direction with these sibling packs. So that's the first one, and there'll be plenty more of those, and we'll kind of see where they end up going. But the team's having a lot of fun kind of building out the gameplay for these. I think some of the bar games are going to be pretty addictive in their own way.
And by the way, that's not like a male and female version, actually. I think we're planning to do both versions for both genders. So depending on which one you want to wear, you can.
I should also
choose.
mention that, the civil reality is that, this does enable us, needless to say, to have our whole team really focused on ASA indefinitely. And that's really important to us, as well as we really want the ASA to be the platform for the future of ARK. And this is the way we're able to do it. So we thank you for your support, for anybody who's interested. Jesse, you want to talk about SOTF?
Yeah, SOTF. Man, I've always been so excited about SOTF. The team has done a great job revamping SOTF over the past year or so, and we're bringing it to UE5 to ASA. SOTF as a competitive game has always sat a little bit outside of the main game, and by bringing it into ASA specifically, we're hoping to give it a little bit more of an easy in for everyone who wants to play, and also kind of elevate it so that people can really participate in it in the same way they might the normal game, through the menu and all that stuff. So really excited to show you a little bit more about that. Actually, today, get right to the punchline. We're going to play a little bit for you guys, but we're planning to release it December 20th on all 3 platforms. So it's going to be a nice cross-platform release. It's pretty much the same functionality as the Survival Evolved SOTF, the last iteration that you guys have seen and played, but we're going to continue to update it throughout 2024, adding new features. One cool thing is that we're going to immediately provide all of the source of this game mode to the modding community, so that it can be built on as an example of basically a full game mode, a complete replacement game mod. And that's actually how the game technically kind of can be delivered. You can take it, you can modify, you can build a new game mode, whatever, put it out as a mod, and it serves a really good example, a working example of how to do that. So we're really excited to be able to give that to everybody. And you can really, do that on any map, any custom map, extend it to any game framework, whatever you want. So look for more news on that coming as we kind of refine this and get it out. But as I mentioned, later tonight, probably in the next hour or a few hours, and a couple more times throughout Extra Life, we'll be playing the current version in development as it stands, so you guys can kind of see where it's at, how it's looking. It's pretty much on the island map right now from ASA, but you'll see that new gameplay. And look again for it to release December 20th cross-platform. Should be fun.
This time SOTF's going to be super popular. I can feel it. It's going to be the one. No, in all honesty, we're looking forward to getting it in the hands of the community. You guys are better at this stuff than we are anyway. Part of the reason is really just to provide this as a framework, a competitive game, extendable framework, team versus team matches, and a lot of the functionality associated with that will allow talented creators to see where maybe it can be a different kind of. I really would like to see somebody make a Dino RTS team versus team. Please
That'd
make a
be
Dino
awesome.
RTS team versus team, or a Dino Tower Defense team versus team, or a Dino Auto Battler or something. I'll part of it get this framework, which is pretty well built out and extendable, into your hands and see what you can do with it.
Yeah, I mean,
And
there's
if
already been
they
so many cool mods that have come out in the last month, and it's really just the beginning, and it's been so motivating and exciting to see people creating stuff, and it's really one of the reasons we wanted to bring ASA cross-platform with this modding capability, and SOTF is really going to serve as like a really good example of more advanced, more in-depth mods that people can make, and I think give people a leverage and a leg up to start doing that even more quickly.
Let's talk about our 2024 schedule a bit. We'll get back to the topic after that in a moment. But first, let's go over the 2024 schedule. Here's what we're looking at, folks. This is all subject to our best efforts. We are very heavily focused on it, working as fast as we can towards this. But it is currently March 2024, Scorched Earth, May 2024, The Center, July, Aberration, September, Ragnarok, October, Extinction, November, something that's a surprise that we can't tell you about just yet. That's gameplay, that's game related. December, Valguero. February of 2025, Gen Part 1. April 2025, Crystal Isles. May 2025, Genesis Part 2. August 2025, Lost Island. October 2025, Fjordur. After all the canonical ASE maps are released, the canonical ones, new canonical expansions will be released or shortly thereafter, but more on that later in 2024. That is the current schedule we are working on. With that, I want to give you a basic update on the animated series. It is indeed now releasing in 2024. We have, as we have for some time, 7 hours fully animated. The first half, 3.5 hours, are fully completed, but we've been trying to find the best way to get them out in the biggest way possible for that. 3.5 hours, the second 3.5 hours are still in visual effects post-production. That's still moving forward. Who knew animation took so long? Traditional animation, anyway, hand-drawn. We will have an update for you very early next year about where it's going and how it will be released. But we are very close to finalizing that, and we just can't say as yet. We don't want to spoil who it might be with and how. All that said, let's give you a little music preview of just something cool that's from the show. Gives you a sense further of kind of the tones and vibes that it's hitting, and of course lets us appreciate the genius of Gareth Coker even more. If the production team can roll that video file I sent, that'd be great. It's just a music video file, but yeah, they should include the video as well, though it has at least a still image. Jesse, when that's running, can you let me know? Because I can't actually